Hi guys! So today I just really wanted to do a like everyday look, kind of what you can wear every day. You can either wear this look day or night. This is what I do every day before class. It's pretty quick. It's fairly simple. You don't need a ton of products, and the products that I use are fairly like middle of the road. They're pretty good, but they're not like super expensive. So if you want to know how I achieved this look with my makeup, keep watching. Alright, so first I'm going to start off with my foundation. I use a beauty blender that I got from Sephora. Alright, and the foundation I'm going to use is Buxom in the color Dim the Light. It's a really beautiful foundation. I really haven't been able to find one that tends to match my skin tone. And as you can see, I'm applying it in a very, super accurate manner. I'm just making streaks on my face, and then I blend them in with the Beauty Blender afterwards. It really doesn't matter as long as you make sure your face is even coverage with the foundation. And it also doesn't matter, where you really put the foundation. You don't have to really watch out for your eyebrows or anything. I just put it everywhere, including down on my neck, and blend it in there so there's no lines or anything. The next product I'm going to use is the Bare Minerals mineral powder in the color Medium Beige. And I'm just going to use a kabuki brush that my mom actually got me for Christmas, and I really like it. And just tap on a little. And then you're just going to want to blend that all over your face to set the liquid foundation. And this tends to give you more of a matte finish, so your face isn't shiny at all either. That's also why I like it. Then I'm going to take my bronzer, and it's called Bronzy Babe in the color Fin Mao. And I take a brush I got from Sephora. It's a mineral powder brush. And then I just dip a little bit of it, brush it onto my face. And you're going to kind of want to make like a fish face, like sucking your cheeks, in order to really be able to carve out the hollows of your cheeks. And this does help to accentuate your cheekbone as well. Then I'm going to use a complexion brush, another brush from Sephora, for my blush. And the blush I'm using is just it's pretty cheap. It comes in a little pack. I got it from Ulta, and I really don't like a lot of the makeup that comes with it, but the blush is pretty good. Then I'm going to take a unnamed brand flat brush and take the eye primer and put a little bit of it onto my eye. And that palette thing that I just held up, that's actually where the blush came out of as well. And seeing as it's just eye primer, I'm really not worried about it because it doesn't show in the end. It just, gives the eyeshadow something to stick to. Then I'm going to take my eyeshadow palette by Kat Von D and an unnamed eyeshadow brush. And the color I'm using is Telepathy, and that's kind of the middle big color in a shimmery white cream color. This eyeshadow, I love it, but it does have a lot of fallout, so you have to make sure you tap off the excess unless you want it all over your face. Then I'm just going to take another medium shadow brush, and I'm going to go into the dark color called Papillo. This is still out of the same palette, and I'm just going to fill in my crease. I tend to pat this on pretty dark, and I try to go at an angle just because I do fix it up afterwards and blend it out. So as long as you kind of get the general shape you're looking for with the brush, it's really not a big deal. Make sure you blend it into your lid and kind of up into your brow bone a little bit so you have no harsh edges. Then I'm just going to take a Q-tip and clean up some of my edges because I want it to be a really defined line of eyeshadow. And I wasn't too careful when I was doing my crease with the darker color. And Q-tips are really a great way to clean up any mistakes. And then I'm just going to go back in with the lighter color, pat it all over my lid again. You want to make sure you pat it on there thickly because this is kind of your highlight color, and it's really what makes the look, in my opinion, the contrast between the light and dark. Then I'm just going to take a crease brush that I got from Sephora. It's very fluffy and loose, and just blend out the shadow into your lid and up into your brow bone a little bit. And I tend to do this in sort of circular motions. That tends to work best for me. Then I'm just going to take another Q-tip and further clean up the edges. Then I'm just going to take what's left on my beauty blender and cover up any excess shadow that got where I didn't want it to. Then I'm going to put on a gel eyeliner by Bobbi Brown. And I'm just going to use the Sephora gel liner brush. It's very stiff and very fine, and that's when I like it. You really don't need a lot of product on the brush to get a nice defined line. And what I found is easiest when doing this is you want to start from the middle of your lid and just kind of work your way outwards in really short, fine strokes. And then after you finish that, you can just move into the inner corner and touch it up. Another thing I like about this liner is it gives you a nice matte finish, so it's kind of a contrast to the very shiny look that I have on my lids. And then for my lower lid, I use the Kat Von D tattoo liner in the color, hang on, sorry, I don't have it in front of me. It's the color Trooper. And this is actually kind of difficult if you aren't that great at doing your lower lid because it is a liquid. And it does take a lot of practice, but it stays a lot better than if I just do my waterline with like a crayon type eyeliner. And then I just go back in and fill out the sort of wing with that liner so there's no empty spaces. Then I just curl my lashes with I think this was like $1 from like Target or something, but it gets the job done. And I'm lucky to have very thick lashes, so my mascara, I just use a CoverGirl. And there's no really particular way that I do my lashes. I just kind of start at the base and wiggle it up. And it's also very important that you coat your whole lash from the bottom and the top. And this helps to give it more of a full look, especially if your lashes are sparse. Then after you finish your top lashes, just quickly go over the bottom to give them some definition. And if you're happy with this is a more natural look, you can absolutely go out like this and call it done. And sorry, my poster just fell off my wall. So then I'm going to go back in and fill in my eyebrows with the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in it's like a light brown color. And I'm just going to take that Anastasia brush, and I'm going to outline the bottom of my brow. And then I'm going to go in and line the top of my brow, kind of outline it, and give myself a space to color in. It can be difficult deciding where you want your arch to be, so I just kind of play around with it until I feel that it looks good. And if you do make any mistakes, just go in with a Q-tip and clean it up. This brow pomade is very easy to clean up because it's sort of liquidy almost. It's like a cream. But if it's still kind of wet, you can easily go back in and clean it up with a Q-tip. And this is the part of my routine that takes me the longest, just because the eyebrow shape that I draw on every day is not really that close to my natural shape. I draw them in thicker and with a more defined arch because my eyebrows really don't have much of a natural arch at all. And the one that they do have is they're not even. So making the arch on my drawn on brows can be very, very difficult, and it can be tedious. So it just takes practice and playing around with it to figure out what you like and what looks good on you. And my brows never come out the same every day. I have good days, I have bad days, you know. As you can see, I just messed up my arch on that brow, but just go in with a Q-tip and fix it. And I start not quite at the beginning of my brow because I like the middle to be a little bit lighter than the outer corner. So when I go back in, I don't put any more product on the brush, I just use what's left over. And then after I finish the second brow, I go back over and make sure that they're both fairly even. And then you can, again, just clean it up with a Q-tip. And then I use a Speed Brow kind of setting gel, and it's like basically mascara for your eyebrows. And I use it in the lighter color. And then for your lips, there are two options that I really like to wear with this look. So one's a color by Bite. The Bite is in the color Leche, and then the NARS is the other look that I really like, and it's in the color Valkyrie. The Bite is really a more neutral color, and you can kind of wear it with anything, but the NARS one that I just showed and the one that I'm using right now is kind of a crimson burgundy, and I really like it, and it can really dress up a look. And then just clean up any spots that you missed with a Q-tip. And that's it. Here's the finished look. It's really nice for every day, you know, if you're just running out of the house and going to class or something. It's pretty simple. Alright, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you really liked it, and all of the products that I use I'm going to link down below in the description box, along with the prices and the exact colors that I use. So if you have you know, skin like mine, or you're looking for a specific product in the specific color that I had, you'll be able to find that. Yeah, I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!